Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am aware that the lighting today, June 4th, Monday or Tuesday, depending on what time zone you're in, so potentially it could be the 5th, Tuesday, that the lighting is not as good as normal. It did take me much longer to do my regular duties as a human being, living in the human condition, and under the management of other people who pay me so that way I can survive. Anyways, a little bit more casual today. We're in a purple t-shirt and a purple and blue tie. And yeah, shirt because it's cold. It's like jacket, whatever thing. I don't know what things are called. I just like the way things look. Anyway, so today's top story. June 4th, blackout speak against T-Bill 38, which is, let's just say this. Since we pulled out of Kyoto to a certain degree, what we should do is not move forward with the tar sands spending millions of dollars, billions actually, to make a pipeline from the tar sands, which there are 3 sites, to Kitimat, BC. Why? Because we should be a leader in environmental infrastructure, basically. Let's join Sweden, Denmark, and Switzerland and be green! Because we have one of the most beautiful places on the planet. It is a fantastic environment. But sadly, the Canadian government would rather sell off natural resources, our jobs, and basically our futures and our environment's future to make a profit in a silly notion that our current economic scheme is going to continue unfettered and undeterred for an eternity, basically. But until you and I don't have enough money to buy things, kind of like the students in Quebec who are like, hey, don't worry, we'll just up your tuition fees and you'll be the ones that benefit from that in the long run. Which is the same logic that Ontario used to the caribou, who were like, we're going to take you off the endangered species list, not move you, and continue harvesting boreal forest, and you'll benefit eventually, because it'll be flat, and you'll be okay with that, because you'll be able to get more grass, I guess. Like, where's the logic in that? Let's continue taking money from Canadian citizens until, how about this logic? I know it's not this simple, but how about this? Automotive industry. No stipulations on the bailout that we give you. Money. Whatever you want to call it. Amnesty or blah or whatever you want to do there. Sorry, I went into Klingon. No, it's not Klingon. I'm not that much of a nerd. Wish I was. Don't have time. Anyways, to my fellow Trekkies out there, live long and look out for that rogue that's coming at you. It's not me. It's my little friend. That I'll heal while he pawns here, if I have to. Hopefully he peels, because otherwise I'll die. Anyways, so yeah, automotive industry. This is how it works. You take oil comes in, oil turns into gas, so that way we can drive your cars. Here's the deal, though. We have to be able to buy your cars in order for you to make cars. But you're going to continue making cars no matter what, because that's what you do. That's what the automotive industry is. You make, design, and you build more cars. So what is the bigger benefit keeping your factories in Canada for a little while longer, for 16 to 30,000 jobs, or saying, you know what, like, I'm sorry, you got to declare bankruptcy or pull out of Canada, because you know what, we're going green. And we're not going to give you billions of dollars in bailouts, which we could use in tuition fees for our citizens, but we're not. We're going to give it to you without stipulations, because we're more concerned about you as corporate citizens than we are about our citizens being, i.e. Canada's, Quebecers, whatever. Sorry about that. I kind of went off the deep end there, but that wasn't anger. My anger comes in when I'm listening to music. And this just in. Music is awesome for you. Enjoy the music that you want to listen to, however it moves you. Whether it be classical music, overclocked remixes, which are fantastic, by the way, if you're a nerd especially, and if you don't know what those are, maybe you're not such a big nerd as you proclaim to be. However, I'm not the biggest nerd in the world. That being, I'm not the smartest nerd, but I am a big one. 6.5 foot tall, 112 pounds. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that at this point, but last year I was about that small. Nearly died. Anyways, so for this just in, let the music that you want to listen to, that moves your soul, your heart, and your mind, move you. Um, yeah. So that's Monday. Blackout speak. There's various petitions you can put out if you look up Black Speak June 4th, 2012, in order to petition certain individuals that way that see Bill C-38, which is to cut back on environmentalism, sort of, yeah. I don't know everything about it because I can't remember at this point, and I'm sorry about that. It's late. I worked for 12 hours and cycled 60K. And I didn't eat yet. And I had a ribs. Anyways, I'm gonna go log in a while. Get killed a whole bunch. Because recently I've taken up tanking again, and I found out that I like to LOS my healer, which means I get pwned. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Villainous Times Monday. Sorry we only had the one specific piece of news to give to you, and it wasn't honestly all that great. But unfortunately, that's all I had time for today. And it is very important to me because the bill doesn't actually have any directives other than to cut funding from places that don't need funding cut. In fact, we need to throw money at it. Let's throw money into being green. Green infrastructure, green cars, green highways, a green future. Why? Because if we don't, eventually we will crumble as a nation, either by the chaos created when manifested by people like what's going on in Quebec for tuitions, which will happen and is projected to happen over the Kitimat to tar sands pipeline. They are actually projecting the people that are doing the research, which are supposed to be coming back with their findings about how damaging it's going to be to go through the protective land that's regional park for the pipeline is going to be to the environment next year. They've actually already projected that no matter how much it's going to hurt the environment, there already will be civil unrest because it is so against what Canada is supposed to stand for, and that is for its people and for the environment, which is the most beautiful place on the planet, I would argue. And sadly, I don't want to live here anymore because Harper and whoever else is there with him and arguing with him in the House, you have no idea. You really don't. You've lost any connection with what it means to be Canadian. Other than to get your paychecks and to go home and buy your groceries and be a regular, comfortable human being, wake up. Because soon it'll be too late, and we will occupy your everything. This has been Monday, June 4th, and Tuesday, June 5th. Although tomorrow I will be talking about potentially one of two things. My favorite word, quasi, or my crazy day. Or maybe both. And maybe something else. Like some news. Because I like news. Even though it's awkward and weird to me because most of it is weird. Crazy. Silly. Based on notions that are not feasible to me. They're not feasible to anyone. They're expectations that are illegitimate. For our economic structure, for our citizens' tax and spendings, and daily lives, and for our environment. This has been Juton for the Villainous Times. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys have a great day. Have a great day. Good day. Good day. Sorry there's no outtakes today. Maybe tomorrow we'll get something. But today I was pretty spot on. Save for that part where I talked about when I was naked that one time. And then I did the thing, and then fell in the hole. And then I got all wet, and the guy saw me, and then I was like, oh, sorry I had to say that. But he couldn't stop staring, because I don't know why. It's not... I don't know. Okay, bye.